In this video, we're going to be bringing you 3 more tips about Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous that you did not know. That's right, almost a year after release, and you still don't know everything. That's alright, neither do I. Okay, and so the first thing we're going to be taking a look at is the 5-foot defensive step. Okay, now normally in combat, whenever you move away from an enemy that you're in melee with, they get an attack of opportunity, as is denoted here by the red dotted lines that we're seeing. Okay, so yep, get an attack of opportunity, get an attack of opportunity. But if you hit the right mouse key, you can see you move to a 5-foot movement. Okay, and this is a defensive movement that does not allow the enemies to get an attack of opportunity against you. Okay, so then all you have to do is move outside of their attack range, like say right here. And voila, no attack of opportunity. Now, you cannot move again, but it does not actually take your move action to do it. Okay, so you can cast a spell or use an ability that that requires a move action, or that takes up the move action spot still. Okay, so for example, I can cast Bark Skin, but I can also cast Enlarge Person, even though it's a full round action. Okay, so you do lose your normal movement for the turn, but you do not lose your actual move action, as you can see here. Okay, and then yeah, from there that's about it. And if we head over to Woljif here, I'm just going to show you real quick. We can 5-foot step, move out of threat range, or if you click it again, you get it back and you can move like normal. I would like to thank Nick for turning me on to this a few months ago. Definitely a big help. Thanks for that, Nick. This is extremely helpful, by the way, to deal with ambushes. Early in the game is when ambushes are the biggest problem, but really all throughout the game they can be annoying whenever melee attackers show up or start the battle right on top of your casters and ranged characters. And you can use this to get enough distance between your casters or ranged characters to give them the opportunity to attack without incurring an attack of opportunity. Anyways, yeah, I hope that this one here helped you out. It's definitely hugely helpful for anybody that did not know it. And of course, this is not available with real-time with pause, only in turn-based mode. All right, now let's head up to the next tip. Now, for our second tip of the video, we're going to Blackwater. And yeah, you can see Blackwater here. It's one of the more fun and interesting dungeons in the game. It's also pretty annoying, and maybe not a lot of people's favorites. But anyways, whenever you get here to where we're at now, the boss of Blackwater, 100 Face, you have this somewhat annoying battle where you have to run around and deactivate all of these pillars with the crystals and the energy. There's 4 of them, and the whole time these Tesla coils are shooting lightning at you, and enemies are popping up through elevators out of the floor. And you got to do all that to deactivate this force field here to be able to get to 100 Face and kill him. But what if you could just skip all that and kill him straight away without doing the rest of what I said? And yes, that's what I'm about to show you here, how to do that. Just grab any arcane caster or anybody that can cast Dimension Door, or use a Dimension Door scroll, and bam, Dimension Door. You're right inside. This of course does work better with a melee party, since you're going straight into melee with 100 Face, but it'll work with absolutely any party. You get in there, you can hit him, you can take him down now, and you don't have to worry about doing any of the other junk that I mentioned. Alright, it is that easy. Alright, so hopefully that makes your next trip to Blackwater much easier. Now, let's go check out tip number 3. All right, and here we are at the third and final bonus tip for today. All right, and this one is actually about Dispel. It's not about Illusionera or these guards. That's the only reason why I have Dispel on Nenio at the moment, just to show you this. And anyways, what I wanted to show you is that you can actually dispel enemies outside of combat if they are not hostile to you. So anybody that you think that you're going to fight, or you know you're going to fight, before you fight them, you can dispel them, and that will make the fight quite a bit easier. As you can see right here, just dispelled Foresight, Heroism, Cat's Grace, True Seeing, And now dispelled shield, freedom of movement, and anyways, you can just keep on casting it on them until they have no buffs left over. And so this is something that most of the time you can't do because most enemies are hostile to you, but there are some instances in the game, such as whenever you fight these two guards here, where you can do it, and it makes the battle considerably easier. Another place here in Illusionaire that comes to mind is at the black markets, or the flesh markets, excuse me. You know, you have a chance to dispel all of everybody that you fight there before you actually fight them, and there are other times throughout the game that you can do it as well. So yeah, that's something that can make a lot of fights a lot easier if you know that you can do it. So dispel outside of combat before the battle begins. And as a bonus tip, a fun fourth fact, if you will, um, these guards, if you fight them, you have to fight both of them at once. And the senior guard here is extremely difficult, has really high stats, and his are not too shabby either. So it's a difficult fight. But if you can defeat them, you get like 3/4 of a level. Yeah, you get almost an entire level from defeating them. So it's something that's worth doing. Unless you're on Last Aslanti mode, then it might not be worth the risk. But if you're not on Last Aslanti, you know, give them a few tries and see if you can't defeat them, because they give you a hell of an experience boost. Okay, so that's about it for today. I hope that this video helped you out and that you learned something you did not know. Let me know down in the comments section if you did, and be sure to share any, little known facts or information that you have about the game, and maybe we'll include it in a future video. Okay, this has been Chris with Lore Spire. Be well, my friends.